Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make homemade chicken broth. We are going to start by shredding up some chicken. You can cook any kind of chicken however way you want to do it as long as it's on the bone because you need the chicken bones. My husband smoked 2 of these full whole chickens and I shredded it so that we can have it for future meals for the week. And I have the skin and stuff set to the side to throw away, and I have the bones on the plate that we're going to make our broth with. There's our heaping pile of chicken. I underestimated how much I was going to get. Overestimated. I don't know. And there's the bones for the chicken broth that we're going to use. First, you're going to get out your crock pot. You're going to put all your bones, scrape them down in there into the crock pot. Next, you're going to add onions, carrots, and celery. Now, I keep onion peels and carrot peels and celery scraps, like the leafy parts and stuff, in my freezer. Just whenever I get it, I put it in there and I have it for the next time I'm going to make broth because I make it fairly often. So it's just easier to just have it in the freezer. Next, I'm going to add some garlic. How much anything is really up to you. You can't go wrong. If I would have thought about it, I would have added probably like at least 1 more spoonful of garlic, but I wasn't thinking. But I've added some garlic. Next, you're going to add whatever seasonings you want. I've added some salt. Shake, 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 whatever. And then next, I'm going to add some pepper. And after that, I usually don't, but I thought, why not add some bay leaves this time? So I did put in 2 bay leaves. I've never done that before, but why not? Now, like I said, you can add whatever kind of seasonings you want. I have a garden, so I went out and got some oregano and rosemary and parsley and just cut it out of my garden, smushed it down in there. You can use dried herbs. You don't even have to use herbs. You can use literally whatever you want. It's just convenient because I have so much. I read that if you use like a splash of vinegar, that it helps bring out the nutrients in the bones. And after you have all that in there, you're just going to fill it with water. Fill it to the top as much as you can get in there. And then you're going to place it in your crock pot and put the lid on. And then you're going to set your crock pot on low and forget about it for like 24 hours. And then 24 hours later, you come the next day and it's golden and beautiful and everything's cooked down and it's going to be amazing. So you take it, you drain it through a big colander first into a bowl. Then you're going to take that out, let those scraps cool off before you throw them away. Next, you are going to get one of those fine mesh strainer things, and you are going to strain the broth into another bowl because you're going to catch all those other tiny little things that you might not want floating around in your broth. Then you're going to put it in whatever container you want to keep it in. I put some in a jar because I'm going to use it up for something tomorrow. I'm going to freeze some in freezer bags and Ziploc bags. I usually, whatever's convenient amount for you, I usually freeze them in like 2 cups, 1 cups, those kind of increments. Whatever you think you're going to use is how you should freeze it. You can also can it. I have canned it before. I did not feel like getting my canner out, so I just froze it. I also kept some back and cooked some quinoa in it to have quinoa later this week. But that's it. That's all it takes to make homemade chicken broth. You just crock pot it, just the bones, onions, celery, carrots, some herbs and salt and pepper and stuff, and that's all it takes. So if you like this video, give it a like, and I'll see you next time. Bye.